What's good? We back once again with the Boxing Clinic. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Afternoon Grind. Shout out to the LDBC and all that good-ish. And it's really getting serious now. Talking about Miguel Cotto versus David Lemieux. We know Miguel Cotto is retiring in December. It's his last fight. He's been linked to fighting Kell Brook in December, and obviously he's been linked to fight David Lemieux. We know he signed back. He released from Rock Nation, signed back with Golden Boy. And now it seems like David Lemieux knows, he's promised the Miguel Cotto fight if Cotto, beats Kamaga. August 26th, matter of fact, that fight is coming up as well. And my question is, why the hell would Miguel Cotto even, consider fighting David Lemieux? For one thing, I know David Lemieux can't squeeze down too much south of 160. I can tell you that right now. He's more closer to moving up to 168 than squeezing down to 160. He's no small middleweight. And why would Cotto go all the way to fight a middleweight who don't have a belt? What would it prove, on his way out, his retirement fight? I know he probably wants to go out with a bang. What would it prove to beat David Lemieux? A guy that's been beaten, 3 times? Knocked out 3 times or 2 times, whatever he's been knocked out? I think it's 3 times he's been knocked out. What would it prove? For me, I would think Miguel Cotto, if he moved to 160, would consider, fighting Willie Monroe, the Billy Joe Saunders winner. I think that would make more sense. David Lemieux ain't got a belt. So, I don't know if he's after a belt or whatever, whatever the fuck he's after, but fighting David Lemieux just don't make no sense for me, if it's in Puerto Rico, Pluto, Venus, Mars, UK, it makes no sense for Miguel Cotto. I know what he's trying to prove fighting David Lemieux, David Lemieux seems like he knows he's already promised a Cotto fight. It might be already agreed to, but I know he ain't squeezing down to 154 to challenge for that WBO title. That WBO title, as soon as Cotto wins, if he's going to fight David Lemieux, he might as well vacate it, because David Lemieux can't squeeze down to 154, I'll tell you that right now. I know I'm being repetitive with that, but I'm just adamant about him not being able to squeeze down that way. And he didn't want to move up to middleweight to fight none of the middleweights, though, fully fledged. Catchweight with Martinez, catchweight with Daniel Gill. So now he wants to be Billy Badass on his way out and move up and fight David Lemieux, who's a big puncher, but at the same time, it's no boxing skills. And that's what Cotto would have to be on. He had to be a, defensive boxer for the first 6-7 rounds. God willing, is probably a 10-rounder. 6-7 rounds. And then 8, 9, 10, David Lemieux ain't dangerous no more. He runs out of steam. And Cotto survived that. He beat and win enough rounds to beat the shit out of Lemieux. But it's a good chance that he get knocked the fuck out as well. And that's the intrigue. It's an intriguing fight. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Just, business-wise, it just don't make no sense. He ain't a big pool. And I know Cotto won't want to go to Canada where he's a bigger pool. Maybe this is an undercard fight or some shit, on the pay-per-view. I don't know what the hell. But I'm going to need some explaining to do, Lucy, from Oscar about this. But we gone.